Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. This time we are going to look into how Paragus is going to impact the Dragon Ball Super card game. So I did a video probably about a month ago when this stuff was first spoiled, how Broly BR is going to impact the Dragon Ball Super card game with the green structure deck coming out. This time we're going to look into the counterpart of that, the Paragus leader, the Chi Wish leader, and the main set kind of Broly chain that they're releasing, because there are going to be two different Broly chains. A lot of people might not know that because only one's really popular right now. Before we get into that, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, make sure you stay up to date with all the awesome Dragon Ball Super content I post here. Check out the Discord in the description below. Awesome community of Dragon Ball players there. And finally, guys, if you guys enjoy the channel or want to read some competitive content, check out the Patreon in the description below. Got a few awesome people I got a shout out on there. Shouts out to Mitchell, Jose, Marcos, Donovan, John Travolta, shout out to John Travolta in the chat, Kevin, Hayden, and Michael. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We'll get right into this. So Paragus leader, really cool. It's actually pretty funny. The other night I was just playtesting with one of my patrons, and he was playing the Paragus build of Broly, the main deck Broly stuff, and he was playing Paragus leader. It's very interesting because he was actually able to build a really big hand, and you know, if his chain got answered, he didn't have to go back to the one drop and essentially kill himself, put himself down to one life, or, you know, not be able to play it essentially. So that was pretty cool. Paragus leader's pretty solid. I think the Broly leader has a slight edge just because of the amount of cards you can draw, especially with the SCR being spoiled. The fact you can ditch your hand to play it and then just refuel is really good. But I do think Paragus has a good niche. I mean, it might even be good for other archetypes as well, because he just has that ability that doesn't allow you to take life to your hand. So the cool thing I think about this is that you have like the veggie package where the 2-drop Khalifa is really good, especially in a mono green based deck where you have a lot of destruction effects, especially like 4-drop Kale. But you don't want to really drop that Khalifa after you, you know, kind of get down to 4 life. So the backside of this leader says you can't add cards from your life to your hand, so you can actually play down that Khalifa as many times as you like on the backside and the awakened side if you take that life with the Paragus ability. So I do like that a lot. It's pretty cool. Only unfortunate thing about that would be is that you wouldn't be able to get to pump up a Broly BR, but doesn't really matter. I mean, you can still play the Broly BR chain on top of veggies. I'm sure that's something that's very playable, but this effect's not that great. It's just good for turning an extra card into a combo piece essentially, but not missing too much on that. Chi Wish leader, permanent. Again, you cannot add cards from your life to your hand except with this card's skill. Choose one Dragon Ball from your deck or life added to your hand. So this is another one of the activate main ones. I'm glad they steered away from when your battle card attacks add a Dragon Ball, because that's so slow. But this one they did reduce to 1 Dragon Ball per turn, so that's going to make this deck a lot slower. When you do have 7 Dragon Balls drop area, you can grab a Broly back from your drop area to your hand and flip over. So you do have the backside of this leader. You still can't add life to your hand. Choose one effect, draw a card, choose 1 green or black desire card, and remove 7 Dragon Balls. Your ulti is choose up to 2 Frieza army cards and energy cost 2 or less from your deck and play them. Shuffle your deck, flip this card over. So ulti is weird because you don't really get to put out anything super big. You know, it's not like you're summoning a big boss monster that's 2-drop or less for the most part. So you can bring out like Chi and other little things. If you bring out the Chi, what's it called, from the Clash of Fates, the campaign rare, you can get some cool plays where you get to pop your opponent's board and then they lose cards from their hand, which can be powerful in the right situation. But the ulti is not super duper powerful. What's really cool about this though is that you can free wish out veggie pieces again. I keep thinking about this type of deck where you're gonna spam Khalifa and not have to take life. So seems really powerful for an extended game. This might actually be a solid leader for you know, a new wave of Shenron veggies. But the thing is, on the backside, you're very slow with flipping over because you only do get 1 Dragon Ball per turn. But the green power booster Oob actually will help that out a lot. So that would be something pretty cool to see, to be honest with you. So now we have the 1-drop Goku. Activate main, choose a green Vegeta BR in your battle area, and it gets plus 10k power for the duration of the turn, and this card as well. So 1-drop 15k attacker is pretty solid. Here's the Vegeta. When you play this card, choose all your opponent's battle cards, only cost 1 or less and KO them. Announcer becomes unplayable. You know, just saying that this is a really good card against anything that 1-drop spams. This would have been really interesting actually in set 2 where that was really popular. But it's a card that exists if you ever need to get around a deck that just spams a lot of 1-drops if Announcer gets popular again. Godstrike Beerus. This is a card that I don't know how I feel about. This card's actually really good. I think it's pretty balanced by the fact that it's a 2 energy combo, but playing around this card is essentially going to be like playing around Explosive Spirit Son Goku with Shugesh, right? Because as long as your opponent has access to 2 energy, whether they have a blue up and a Senzu Bean, or if they have like a leader awakened that they haven't used yet, you essentially can't go for game not expecting this card. Because if you attack like a triple strike for game, whatever, your opponent's at 3 life, let's say they have a blue energy up, the Senzu Bean, combo in the Godstrike Beerus, take away triple attack. If you comboed your entire hand on that, you're gonna basically lose out on that. And it's a lot like playing Explosive Spirit, Kid Goku with Shugesh. You don't lose your threat, which is it's nice, but you lost the game essentially because you dropped your whole hand into a combo. So this card's really interesting. I know a lot of decks won't play it right off the bat because it is a clunky combo card, but it's definitely going to be a sideboard for most decks. I can almost guarantee you that. So really great card, a really powerful card. I don't know why they printed the super combo when the structure deck super combo was just leagues better. They could have. This is like a wasted slot in my opinion. Energy Barrage Freeze is a very, very cool card. Double strike barrier, 4-drop green. Choose a battle card with barrier. It has to have barrier, and then you can KO it ignoring barrier. So that's really good. Again, they just do this jumbled word text where they don't have to include all this extra jank, but yeah, it could have just said choose one card of barrier to ignore it. Text usually overrides game mechanics, but whatever. Cool tool for green. Some barrier removal generic for green, which is cool. This is the 8-drop Broly that comes in the main set. Sorry, I guess I mixed that up. I guess the other chain comes in the structure deck and this comes in the main set. This is the good chain, don't get me wrong. This is the good chain. So yeah, this is the Broly that is being played right now, very popular. I actually remember now doing the review on that, and then the burst 3 crit. I remember talking about that being weird. Sorry guys. Anyways, this is a really powerful Broly chain. This is a double strike. It can't get Mafuba, it can't get Enraged Gohan Awakening, and this is actually like playing around Shugesh Kid Goku, because as long as you have one card in hand, you're able to pop whatever's attacking. So this is actually a good answer to like something like Shenron Gogeta. If they can't clear this guy, they're not gonna be able to swing in with their Gogeta, because even though you get 3 cards back to your hand, you can use any card to pop their Gogeta, which is really powerful. More stuff into the chain. Again, you can't get Mafuba, 25k double striker, and you get to go up the chain, go over to the next page. The 1-drop, we all know what these do for the most part, especially if you did watch my older video. Paragus Rampage Trigger. This is a card I can't tell if it's actually good in the deck or not. It's consistency. It gets you your mechanism out, but a 2-drop in that deck is kind of steep. Even though like once you get to the later turns, you don't really play with too much energy, but you don't want to tap 2 because you want to have access to defense. But yeah, so this card is good for consistency. I think it's like a 2 of 3 of, not necessarily a 4 of. Not too bad. There's this SPR. This is kind of a weird SPR. This card is super solid. Scry top 5 for a Broly added to your hand. This just boosts the consistency of your deck. From my experience with the deck, it does have some bricking issues because it is a combo deck. You do need to see all your pieces. So to me, this is a 4 of. And when you pop it, you get to resand and energy. No real downside to this card. I think it's really good. Quick shift, we talk about them. It's kind of weird. I don't even think you play this in a slug deck, to be honest with you. Wings. This card's really powerful. If you guys haven't played against the new Lord Slug deck where they have this in the Destruction Rare, it's really strong. It's really spammy, really hand control-y. Kind of annoying playing against, to be honest. It's kind of cool how they incorporated a free blocker into that deck, because now you have that free blocker that also enables your bond. So that's pretty solid here. Tie is that bind. Wow. Place a card in the drop area, get a Broly with energy cost of 1 in drop area and play it. Good for recursion. I don't think this is necessarily a main board staple. I think this is like maybe a good side deck for Janemba Mill, maybe. But like if you're playing the Broly leader, you can search your 1-drop, which is not a problem. If you have Paragus, you probably play 4 of your 1-drops, so you're not really worried about them milling it out. I don't think this is necessarily a super great card. Maybe better in sealed rather than constructed. Golemite. This card's really cool. It's a 0-5k, which I'm surprised. Normally cards with the effect like this are a 1-5k, but I guess they're starting to power creep that a little bit. So when you combo this card during your turn, choose one of your Broly BRs, and it gets an additional 5k power for duration of the turn. So when you attack with a Broly BR, or, you know, attack with anything, essentially, you can almost like Senzu Bean that Broly and give it a plus 5k for the whole turn, which is really solid. Then we have a Speedy Entrance Chilai. This card's really interesting. So this is a blocker. You can only have 1 in play in your battle area, and when your opponent's battle card's KO'd, activate the skill. If your leader is green, you can play this card from your hand for free. It is for free. People always ask for these autos, like, oh, do I have to pay the energy cost? No. Whenever an auto plays something, it is for free unless otherwise specified. Like there's like a Nappa that specifies that you have to pay the cost. Just so you guys know, based on prior rulings and things like that. Speedy Partner Limo, that 2-drop 15k number is so good. Anytime I see 2-drop 15k, I automatically give a card attention because it's big and it's probably going to be decent. When you play this card, if there is a Chilai in your battle area, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand, placed in the drop area. Pretty powerful, especially if you're playing that green kind of Frieza Army Chilai BR deck. Beats, Vanilla. I know people are hyped about this, that there's a Beats card out there. That's pretty cool. Now we have some new OG Broly support. So Broly the Supreme Berserker, he is an evolved 3 colorless, 2 green. Sorry guys, 3 colorless, 2 green over a Broly. But if you do evolve him over the Endless Evolution, his cost will be even further reduced. Critical barrier. So once you get this guy on the board, he's probably not leaving. Once per turn, burst 5. When this card attacks, if your leader card is a Broly, choose 1. If your opponent has 3 or less cards in hand, switch the card to active mode. So a dual attack crit, pretty solid. If your opponent has 4 more cards in hand, they reveal their hand, and you choose 1 card and discard it. So on top of just discarding, you get that additional hand knowledge, which in this game is so powerful. You just count up your opponent's combo potential, and you just go for game that way. They didn't give this card double strike or triple strike, which is kind of interesting to me that they gave it critical. It makes it a little bit less of a good boss monster. I mean, it's not really stuff they're going to be able to combo out of, and if you're playing Broly correctly, they should have a lower hand size, meaning that they probably don't have too many negates. So I get it, but at the same time, this could have been a really powerful double striker. Triple strike might have been a little bit degenerate because you could just pick out their negates, but, you know, tomato, tomato. Kind Wish. This card is so powerful. 4-drop extra card. If your leader card's a green Frieza army card, this is one of the only wishes, I think, next to Hidden Feelings, that you don't have to have a Shenron leader. So this is good for any of the green Frieza army leaders. Choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. Place them at the bottom of your owner's deck in any order. And if there are no battle cards in play in your battle area, choose a Broly BR. The energy costs 4 or less from your deck and play it. This card's so powerful. 4-drop board wipe. Really, really strong. We go over to the next page. Kind Wish again. Broly control mechanism. Now this card's really good. It's kind of good, but there's also a Paragus does the exact same thing. So this is where my moral debate comes in between this card with the 2-drop Paragus versus just playing the 1-drop Paragus. I do think you need a combination of both, just because you want to have added consistency. You can't rely on seeing your 4 Paragus 1-drops all the time. So I'd rather play 4 Paragus and maybe like 2 or 3 of this, maybe 2 or 3 of the Rampage trigger Paragus. Just my opinion on that, just for the least amount of bricking on extra cards. Tragic Awakening, another beastly card. Activate main Sparking 7. If your leader cards are green Frieza army, choose 1 of your energy, place in the drop area, and choose a Broly BR. The energy costs 6 or less from your drop area and play it. So a 3-drop that goes into a 6-drop, and in a deck that already really doesn't play with energy because you're kind of ranking up for free essentially. This card's super duper good. Super good. Definite 2 of in most Broly decks, I would say. Wrathful Charge. Counter attack. If your leader card is green, negate the attack. So a new negate specific to green leaders. Negate the attack. Choose 1 of your battle cards. Place in the drop area. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand. Place in the drop area. So far, the only thing I can think about that really makes this card technically plus is the Broly chain that plays the Broly structure deck leader, because you know you kill your guy, you rank up, you discard 2 cards, and then your leader refuels on the next swing. This doesn't seem that great in Paragus because you do negate the attack, but then you have to, I guess it helps you rank up a little bit, but I don't think that's necessarily how you want to play it. So just my little take on that. Wrathful Charge, and now we come into yellow. So guys, that's just my little review on all the green stuff. I think it's very, very powerful, but you know, testing against the Broly decks, especially the Broly structure deck leader, it all seems very fair, which, you know, it seems like kind of a good thing to say, but at the same time is like a lot of the stuff in the format does some pretty powerful, pretty quote-unquote unfair things. So there is that kind of issue that I'm not sure if this stuff can quite compete. The Broly is very powerful, but there are a lot of ways to remove it because it doesn't have barrier, and you have consistency issues because you are a combo deck, and there are cards to help with that consistency. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Love to hear what you guys have to say about this stuff, this new green Paragus Broly stuff. But yeah, guys, let me know. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another vid. Hang on. This is the end card, not a... Ah, screw it. I'm gonna play some Pokemon. See ya!